Hello, everybody out there. I hope that things are going well for you. Um, Minelab last week announced the Manticore, which is their new machine that's coming out. We don't know when it's coming out, so I'm going to tell you that right up front. We know the price is uh, $15.99 USD, so I think that's rather steep. But I find it coincidental that they made the announcement. I think it was either the day of or the day after. It was Delik's birthday. Delik is the main PR person for Nocta. The machine that they have is the Legend. I've been having a couple Legend videos here. It's a great machine, fantastic machine. But we're here to talk about the Manticore and some of the things that I've noticed on there. Now, a couple of things real quick before we get into the discussion is that, one, I've used a lot of Minelab machines. I've had two 3030s. I had two Minelab E-Tracks. I have two Nox. And I used a lot of other detectors. The big thing these days is this simultaneous multi-frequency, meaning that there are multiple frequencies running at the same time. And the two big things with that is increased target identification, and of course being able to deal with difficult ground, highly mineralized ground, such as in the southern United States and places around the world. So simultaneous multi-frequency is designed to deal with those two things. Plus, it does give you a little bit more depth overall, but it's not the main thing that it does. It is almost like a side bonus. So that's the two things I wanted to talk about up front before we get started in this video. So this video, I'm going to start off with the construction and what I'm seeing. We're going to start off with the coil, and let's talk about the design of the coil with these. You have the typical three arms extending from each side, and then you have these two bracket arms that come down. I'm not sure if that's some sort of design to reinforce those side arms, or if there's actually some sort of shielding that's inside that. I'm not 100% sure. Now this is the 11-inch coil. I believe it comes with 11-inch coil standard. They said there will be a 12 by 15 elliptical and an 8-inch elliptical is what they called it. So you'll have a couple different coils there, and going with the elliptical, that's a smart play. Elliptical coils just are overall a lot better. They go a little bit deeper. They have better separation, in my opinion anyway. Round coils are great for covering a lot of ground quicker, but I think the elliptical coils are just a better design. So here's a close-up of the where it connects to the coil. The shaft connects to the coil, and you can see they went with a wraparound design for better support, better structural support, which is actually very, very smart. The old-fashioned put it between the coil ears was causing these coil ears to snap like like they were made of cardboard. But here they designed something that looks pretty solid. Hopefully that this will be something that's doesn't change. Sometimes they have a last minute and they change certain things due to manufacturing, but that looks like a pretty sturdy design, and I don't see any type of problems, except maybe having these shafts might cost more in the future. But overall, the whole coil design looks pretty good. So here we come to the arm cuff, which is my favorite part of the design. You could see that they have these side cutouts to allow, I guess, for air. I don't know about you guys, but in the summertime in the heat, your arm seems to sweat in that arm cuff. It gets slimy and sweaty. And if you're in the dirt, it becomes muddy, actually. Having these air holes on the side to aerate the cuff makes it a lot more comfortable, in my opinion. And I thought that, my fear was that they were going to create this cuff out of injection molding. But I saw during one of the videos, the guy was actually able to squeeze the cuff arms like they were like a rubber almost. Hopefully they're a very sturdy material and they don't snap with these small connectors that connect to the, with that air hole and the two small sides. But I think they designed it of something that's going to be a little bit more tolerant, a little bit stronger, structurally flexible. So here's a screen cap of taken from one of the videos that I've seen, and you can see that there's a button here that you push, and you're able to adjust the cuff up and down the side there with the push of that button. That is nice. You're not fiddling around with screws or anything like that. But as for like the practicality of using it, it might be nice if you're loaning it out to somebody and they could adjust the arm cuff to their arm size. But for the most part, you're going to always pretty much have it one spot and never really move it. But if for some reason you fall asleep and wake up and your arms are all of a sudden longer, it can come in very handy. So here in this shot, we could see that there are two cam locking mechanisms, unlocking mechanisms, whatever you want to call them. So it's essentially a three-piece shaft, I believe they say. Now this could be very, very good because, especially if they sell the extra shafts right out of the gate with the coils, where you could just switch the coils out rather quickly. Even if you're out in the field, you could keep the coils connected to the shafts and keep them in a backpack or something. But having those cams is a really good idea. And I think there's other aftermarket shafts that you could have got for the Nox that have the locking cams on them. But some of them are dubious quality. Here's a close-up of the cam lock. I'm hoping that those are good quality. From the looks of it, it looks like it tightens there, and then you flip the cam over. The cam's on the back side there. But we'll have to see. So here's a shot of the back of the unit. You can see the magnetic charging strip, the coil connector, the speaker, and there's a possible that Phillips head looking bolt. I believe it might be some sort of headphone adapter. But notice the side buttons. I don't know if those are as a finished product or not. They look kind of recessed, or they almost look like USB ports, but they're just side buttons. But I'm wondering if they're fully out there, fully complete like that. Is that how it's going to come, or is there going to be buttons over that? Overall, it's a really good looking machine. It looks, in my opinion, it looks better than the Nox does. They're saying that it's lighter than the Nox. The Equinox comes in at 2.96 pounds. The Manticore comes in at 2.86 pounds. So we're talking a tenth of a pound here. Will you notice it? Yeah, I think you might notice that difference maybe. Swinging it, you could swing it for maybe a half an hour longer rather than, if the weight really bothers you. But I'm going to do more in depth with the readout and some of the stuff, more technical aspects of the detector coming up in the part 2. But for now, I just want to say the build quality looks great. Everything looks great. Hopefully they use quality parts and they don't use injection molding. And they are able to get this machine out soon so we can get our hands on it. Alright, so we will start a part 2. And that will be, like I said, more technical in nature with the display and some of the guts of the machine. So for now, the Manticore looks good. And I would really like to start doing a lot more videos. Unfortunately, my schedule is just absolutely crazy right now. So, like I said, like and subscribe, and take care, guys. Bye-bye.